Hello everybody and welcome to the stream. Welcome to the re-stream, I guess, because I'm sure you're not watching live at this point. I am really bad at announcing these, which is kind of what I'm trying to do right now. While that's happening, let me load up the chart. The working title, I am sure I haven't mentioned this. Down Deep is the working title. It was a working title of another tune that had sort of started, and I kind of bailed on that, and so I took over the chart, the file that I was using, and scrapped everything and started over with this chart. Um, I mean, I hadn't gotten very far in the other one, so it doesn't really matter. Uh, anyway, so that's just the working title. I haven't really come up with anything else. Finally found the the video on my channel. So I'm going to drop a quick post about it. Boom. There we go. Thank you for sitting through that. Nice. Okay. Now, the other thing I was doing here, oh, please don't play. Thank you. The other thing I was doing is I was kind of listening to some big bands for uh, for some kind of reference for what I want to do in this chart because uh, oh, I think I just used a finale shortcut, but I didn't have finale selected yet, so I did something weird on Spotify. Anyway, I've got this section later where we're switching the long and short beats of the 7 bar, So and I said before I wanted to put here we go. It's right here. Put just big like massive chords there. Um I almost think of them in my head. I think I've always kind of imagined them as like train whistle chords because it's just like just like a wall of sound, but maybe that's not a good or like foghorn chords, something like that. That's I don't know, probably ridiculous. Anyway, just big harmonized walls of sound. And then getting a an idea for how I want those to sound, like what sort of colors in there. So I definitely don't just want some straight down triads. I think I want something thicker than that. Um, so anyway, I was checking out some sounds. I've been loving the stuff that the WDR Big Band does. Um, so I found an album of theirs, Front and Center from 2020. Uh, this chart Broomstick that has this harmony. And that's way thinner than what I want to use, but it builds up. So it doesn't, you can hear the color of the harmony. It's just not the thickness the same thickness that I would use. I can still kind of have that and make it a thicker sound. But yeah, that sort of asymmetrical sounding, like odd harmony, I really like that. I think it might do it later. Let's see. Maybe it builds up to a huge. Oh, there we go. The trumpets, the brass. So yeah, those big brass chords there, um, how they just really smack, and they're really broad but also complex. Um, I really like that sound. That's a cool sound. So I'll try to grab. I'll shoot for that. Um, where there are some little bundles of clashy notes, but then the rest of it's kind of wide open, feels really spacey. So the first thing I've got to nail down is this bass line. I guess the what I really need to do is get all these instruments loaded up. Totally forgot about that. That's going to take a second to load up. So basically what I really need to do to make that happen is drop a whole note here on the electric guitar, and then it tries to play that note for me. And huh, for some reason it's because these, there we go. Whole notes are too big for these measures. Um, yeah, it tries to play the note when I enter the note, which it then leads it to go, hey, what's going on? I can't find that instrument to play the note. I don't know what sound to play. And then it goes, hold on, I'll load it up really quickly. The kit that I use is called It's from Virtuosity Drums. It's a jazz kit. It's amazing. Uh, I'm sure I've already plugged it, but it is an amazing sounding kit, and the UI is really great as well. It's really easy to use, and you can tune it up or down, whichever direction you kind of need. Anyway, it is feature full, so it takes a second to load up. It sucks. The only thing I'm really using because it does come with a basic kit that's less featureful, so faster to load. Um, the only thing I don't like is it doesn't have the like sloshy hi-hat sound. It only has like fully open, all the way open hi-hat, just ting, you know. So, and I needed a sloshy hi-hat sound for that groove for the third theme. So, so yeah, I need the full kit, and here I am. It might have been better if I loaded this up before I was streaming, which is what I usually do. So, my apologies for that. Okay, We are ready. Cool. So, until I delete a note and it doesn't know what to do. Now, I really want I mean, this, honestly, I might switch these two themes between this theme and the third one, the 4-4 theme. But this one is pretty big, and I think I would like maybe the first thing I need to get and really nailed down here is, well, maybe I don't need to do the drum groove first. I can match it to whatever I'm still not sure about the phrasing and sort of harmonic tempo of the horn chords yet. Maybe I should, well, I should definitely make sure I like the bass line, experiment with a couple things, make sure I don't fall in love with something else. So just that part, in my head lately, I mean, like I said, like I titled this video or described it, this says been in my head. That's that's really not a joke. So that doesn't really work out, does it? Because it's a D flat. Oh, what am I saying? That's an F. F, D flat, E flat, B flat. Okay. I've been kind of having this in my head as a possibility, starting on the 5th instead and going 3, 4, 1 like that. Instead of having the lick start on the root, like I oh man, you know what? I just had an idea. What if we take the lick from, what if we steal the original bass line from the tune, from the first theme? 5, 1, 3, but we add this bottom note, the flat 7. Let's do that. And how about this time? Because we got A flat, yeah. How about this time we make it G natural? Yeah, it's already natural. G flat. And then you would expect it to finish walking down to F, but what if I make it a C flat slash B natural instead? And then, honestly, something I haven't considered yet. If I just drop the first beat of the next bar, because I was worried before with this B natural, the next B flat, it kind of goes quickly. It happens quickly, and I want that to have more emphasis, like more tension to it. And yeah, just dropping the downbeat would do that, and it would make the next note that happens, the B flat, the resolution note, but not so freaking obvious from being the first note of the, on the next beat. So I'm gonna say I might be happy with that. All right, let's hear this. I'm excited. I'm not in love with that last note. Uh, you know, I want to try it one time with the F being played down here, because then that weird note kind of wraps back around to the F. Let's hear it. Maybe I'm not in love with that last note before the rest, but I'll get it. This bass line is interesting. I want to swap the order of these two notes. I know it puts the root further away from being at the front of the bar, which is weird, but that's, I don't dig that. What if I switch the order of these things? Start with G flat, G natural. I'll add the courtesy accidental later. A flat, A natural. Walk it up instead of down. Okay, but now I do want them back the way they were, because I think that interesting intervals between the D flat and some of these notes are a cool part of this, potentially. You know what? I think that works out. What if we start high? What if we change it up a little bit? No, I like the consistency. I'll just keep it consistent. So it's a little weird because we're starting on the 5th. Wrong button, wrong everything about that click. So, whoops, accidentally grabbed that tool belt and moved it down there. I like the consistency of this. Really. Oh my gosh. Finale's being real picky about the pasting of this. Oh my gosh, really? Why is it doing this to me? Wow, that's the pickiest I've ever seen it be about that. Um, yeah, this is cool. Starting on the 5th could help contribute to that spacey feeling as well. So it doesn't, that's not a bad feature on here. Um, Even though it's a little bit I feel like it's a little bit unusual at least. I'm gonna throw a forte on here because yeah, I think I am gonna move it to the end of the tune overall, and so then it'll basically be kind of a shout chorusy thing. I don't want to. I don't know. I haven't used any labels like that for any of these parts so far, so I don't want to like start now for some reason. Do I need to have the A flat ever happen? I don't feel like I don't feel super sensitive to that walk up. I guess, yeah, I guess so. It doesn't feel as powerful as I um was thinking, but it may be the register and like if I doubled it up somewhere, it would do more. It does create a little bit of difficulty for me arranging chords over it with more changing notes, but let's maybe start with the guitar and piano. Um, I wouldn't I wouldn't really be opposed to the guitar just distorting all the way out. I know that's not distorted out at all. Um, and I didn't even input the right note. I need a G flat. And now this one would be too, that's on the nose, like. I should, no, I don't think that works out. I don't think it makes a lot of sense to do that. Well, I'll tell you the first thing I usually do is set up a strong melody and build downward from there. So that's probably a good plan. Now, I want a good well, of course I want a good melody, but what I was really going to say was I want a good strong note on. I want to make sure I put a strong note on beat 2 because later in this bar we have a rest on beat on the downbeat, and then beat 2 we come in with this. We're gonna come in with this crazy, just nasty chord. Um, I want beat 2 to be a good note. Do I want there to be a melody that's just screaming for 4 bars, rest on down, screaming for another 3 3/4? Or do I want to like build something up for 4 bars and then have a rest and then wall of sound like that? Um, and then maybe I should actually start at the wall of sound bar and work backwards or something. Well, maybe, you know what? How about, I'm sorry, I was just singing in my head, and I think this needs to be the beginning of the wall of sound because this kind of goes by a little more quickly than I tend to imagine in my head. And I think this needs to be 8 bars worth of that for it to be really effective and sound complete, you know. So I think, of course, there'll be room to the left of it for build up. So that's what I'm thinking. I should start the wall of sound section here and now. So there will be build up, a satisfying drop on beat 1, kind of just an expected, not very satisfying probably because it's just going to be blah drop on beat 1 after the build up, and then we'll have the rest and the drop on 2 in the middle of the shout section. So maybe it'll be like that build up. If there was going to be a rest and a drop, it would be there. We can sort of subvert that, expectation of a possibility, throw it 4 bars later, and get a little bit more satisfying rest and drop there. So that, yeah, let's do it. Uh, I feel like F would be the easiest note to have in the melody. It's the same note the bass starts on, so that could contribute to making it a really strong, like a powerful sounding thing. Usually, when chords are surrounded by the same note, it makes that really apparent and powerful. So maybe I'll start with an F and do I want to just go like slam it down and then have, oh, well, this is going to be a weird bar, isn't it? Because it's actually one of these, then another one of these rest, and then a quarter note. So I could make some, what are we landing on here? A G, so the trumpet could pick it up. I mean, some trumpet players could do this up an octave. I wouldn't expect every trumpet player to be able to do that. So this is a little low for like a really strong lead trumpet line. I don't know. I think there are plenty of trumpet players who could do this up an octave. Maybe I shouldn't worry about that, and I could. Let's see just how it sounds. No, I don't dig that happening. Just pulls me totally out of the any vibe that there might be. So definitely not that. I mean, we could go straight for drama. You know, having a big 16th note run like that would be pretty dramatic. Yeah, that feels disgusting to me. So there's a place for it. Don't get me wrong. This is not it. This is not the place. Um. Oh, great. Maybe this isn't the best melody. I'm not in love with it anyway. So maybe I should go with the root. Man, it seems like that's right when the trumpet like loses its brassiness for some reason on that B flat. Um, yeah, I don't know how I feel about. There's a chance with this one I could reference that bass note because it's not going to sound the same as it did in relation to the F. Uh, I don't like that at all, really. I think it should be two separate. Yeah, that bass line, cool, separate from the melody. I feel like I almost always have a desire for melodies to be very singable. So, yeah, so that kind of goes against that, and it just doesn't fit. It doesn't come to my ear naturally. So, don't dig it. Uh, I guess I should slap a forte on that. Maybe I start messing around with it. Do I want the chords to move more often? Do I want them to move more often, but underneath this? Do I want, I think I do want like a little a... Well, I really want to bend up to the note, like this. Oh, good, that's where it's going. Sometimes when I put this articulation on there, it, sorry, it, treats it as a doit instead of a bend up to the note. So it bends upwards after the note. Let's see. See? It's doing that. So I have to go to this and, what does it have to do? I think it... I can't remember what I have to do to make it not do that. Because I definitely don't want... I don't know. I'm not sold on the bend up to the note anyway. Um, yeah, let's see what it looks like to harmonize this. I'm not totally in love with it yet, but I definitely want a good, strong, like, co-melody in the second trumpet. That's very important. That's going to help this line out a lot. Usually that means in fifths, fourths, maybe. In this, with what my goals are with this, fourths may be the ticket. I'm going to give that a shot. That works out beautifully because that G that's in the bass is actually in this second trumpet part now. I may decide that's not the best idea. I may move it up to an A flat to really support the D flat that's there. But then it'd be some D flat, oh, an A flat over a G in the bass, which is just not. Uh, it's a very narrow usage sound. I'll give it that respect. Then we've got probably change this one to an F because there'll be that A in the bass, and I don't think I want the G in that chord necessarily. So and it's the G and the D flat are a tritone apart. I want to support the D flat better. An F would do that. A D flat would do it even better, or an A flat would help. But I'm definitely not in need of an A flat over an A in the bass. In this case, I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, I guess. So yeah, it could be a G, but then that's this tritone from the lead trumpet. Um, don't need an A flat, and a B flat would be just as helpful as an F, really, because it's that sixth third relationship. Um, so F wins the pick. Let's hear it. I'm interested in what this fourth sounds like. Okay, that's that's I feel like I could build around that. Let me just give one shot to moving this up. Now, I do think I would want to make this. I think it sounded fine as the G, really, on this beat, um, not later. And I do need to keep the accent on these. Okay. Okay, you know, it doesn't really contribute to the it contributes power to the melody. Let's see. It contributes power to the lead trumpet. That's good. And then what did it sound like? This. Except you need to stay. I feel like it's still. I feel like it still supports it in that same way, and or it like the same amount, I guess. And I could get a level of support like that. Um, from I could get the fifth support on the F and everything from just a saxophone or something. You know, it's not going to be quite as powerful and match up like a trumpet, but I can still get the sound of that to help bolster it without it really being prominent. Especially if I gave it to soprano sax, because that would be a difficult competition. Um, so I could give it to the soprano, and yeah, I mean, they'd be able to play this plenty loud, honestly. Okay, so yeah, I feel like that's also supporting. It's not running anything over. So I think this is a good foundation, and now I can just pick some color notes to go around it. Where do I want to do my building? And also, how much of this baseline? Uh, let's see. How much do I want to distribute this bass line around the band, you know? Do I want to just double it in the piano and call it a day? Octave in the electric guitar with some heavy distortion? Let's try that. I'm gonna have to zoom out a step here to catch the whole thing. Zoom right back in for you. I don't have. I thought there was a like lead electric guitar sound that more or less came with Finale. Oh, that was the bass. My bad, my bad. Oh, there we go. Like distortion and overdrive. I'm sure those are exactly the same sound on here. That's a fun guitar sound. I like it being down there. I think that makes a lot of sense, and I can put descriptive stuff here to tell the guitarist how to make, you know, what effects to use and stuff. Okay, so do I want to put this bass line anywhere else? What if I split, usually you have either the bass trombone or the bari sax carrying a bass line. What if I split this bass line between the two of those? What if I did all the, so here's what I'm thinking. No, sir, not up there. Nice try. If I could get all the way down here, that'd be awesome. What if I had the bass trombone play all these quarter notes and the bari sax play the dotted eighths, but then also support some of the quarter notes. Yeah, yeah. Why is it making such a weird thing happen there? Oh, I accidentally selected too much. It is really being picky about that today. That I don't want to talk about the electric guitar sound that's happening. Okay, I need to go through and select and rest each one of these instead of trying to batch select. So we've got a bass trombone going bo dee, bo dee, bo dee, do dee, do dee, dee. That's pretty awesome, really. That could slap very hard. Like it, yeah. Depending on the bass trombonist, that could. And I did, you know what? I just realized I did all of that on the electric guitar line, not the bass trombone line. So I was looking at it like, what? I thought I couldn't do all these ledger lines. All right. There we go. Okay, with that last note there. But I basically want. Oh, I didn't. Didn't need to double up there. Uh, I want everybody to get some love in this little line. Then the bari sax now. Now do I boom be actually crisis I'm facing is, do I want it to play? How much do I want to leave out of here, you know? So if I play this downbeat, I probably need to lose this one. So I kind of have to pick between these two downbeats, really. Okay, okay, let's pick. Okay. I really can't hear any difference right now. It would have to be like, that's not what I'm. If I did, what am I looking for here? Bass, guitar, bass, trombone. Let's leave the guitar out of it just so I can hear these two. So yeah, the thing is that G is pretty like important. Oh, I'm hitting undo and I just did things. I have a sneeze building up. I'm so sorry. And I did this thing where I remembered that I could mute myself. So that was pretty cool. Okay, the G is pretty critical here, so I'm gonna try it without the F. That's what I must have undone. Soloing the, or unsoloing the electric guitar. See, Barry sax, solo, yes. Bass trombone, guitar, no. There we go. Okay, after that it's just repeating. Wait, I don't have to. What if I did that? Only did the last lick of each bar, no matter the length of the note. What if I did that on the bass drum? And maybe did the last note anyway. But that kind of sucks because they're all B flats, you know? I really want to make sure this is the correct length because it translates the time, the subdivisions. That's a really important thing about rests to me is that they still communicate the subdivision. So I want these to be the dotted eighth notes so you can see that that's 3/16 notes of a beat, you know? So what I would need to do is make this a B flat every time. Throw a little accent on it, and let's see if that makes a different sound. Maybe I don't need it to play the G. Ugh, no. Are you serious right now, Finale? Leave the accent on a rest? I don't like it. Go back to the play every quarter note. Yeah, let's see how that feels. I hope. Oh, good. Okay. I had muted myself because my sinuses are responding to the weather change, and then horrified myself when I looked over and the symbol was not muted, and then realized I had hit the space bar while I wasn't on Finale. Anyway, I'm glad you all were spared. I like the sound of this. I think this works, and it's a good foundation. I might be able to build on that a little bit more by putting another trombone on this trombone part and another saxophone on this Barry part. Um, but I don't want to get too crazy yet because I've got to harmonize this line. Um, you know what? I just realized this is not the melody that I want. I spent all that time talking about harmonizing it, but that was good practice, good work, talking through what those things sound like and discovering a sound, so I'm not completely mad at it. So what I want is a long note here. Uh, yeah. So like a whole step between them. Da, da. And I actually want the melody to pause for this quarter note at the end. Be do be 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 the a so what Does that feel like do da 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 dee do do dee dee do dee do dee dee? It sounded like 9 and 1. So 9 in the root. Then, oh my gosh, what does this equal out to? I think it's literally a half note tied to an eighth note. I think that's what it is, and then the other, what's left should be a quarter note. Yeah! You know, and as much as I talked about communicating, I know I spent that whole time on communicating the time, but the, you know, here it's so obvious that it's going to be a quarter note at the end. And I think that also, you know, helps make it obvious. This is going to be like, if you've got it, play it. Uh, if you don't, don't. And then it'll be this big drop on beat 2. Let's see if I can use the Barry sax part as a good reference. Yeah! Okay, so I do want to, you know, connect these. Now that's not, that F is not going to be there. What I think I'm going to do is instead, you know, this time it's going to be that. So it's going to be like, wow. And that time it's going to be winding down into the next section or into, you know, however I'm going to, wherever I'm going to go next. All right, so let's hear it. Oh, wait. I've muted a bunch of, or soloed a bunch of stuff, so all I have to do is click the S and it unsolos everything for me. That does not sound satisfying to me. Am I hearing, since it's B flat minor, I might be hearing D flat as the root, but I sang it in my head, I sang a minor scale. Maybe it's just because of the bass line. B flat does not sound like the root, you know, and it's like that, messing with what I'm hearing. No, that doesn't sound like it at all. Well, what if I just embrace the blues? What am I doing right now? Okay. Okay, I got mixed up with how many presses on each button. I don't I don't like that at all. That sounds so, I don't know. I will have to do something else to make C sound like the note that it is, because right now it's really confusing where the key center is, and maybe that'll have the build-up will have to take on that responsibility as well. Make it really clear what note that is in relation to the key, because I'm hearing this 9 thing, but I realize that it's the key that's fuzzy, not the note. Do, 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 do. What if what if the first note of all of this is just a half note B flat instead, and then everything else, the rest of it, bass notes fine. I don't know, this is difficult. Yeah, I need the B flat somewhere else to really, so I need some kind of stabilizing chord in the trombones to get the point across. I think I'm just gonna have to drop a B flat in the bass. Maybe that's, I don't want it to be that high though. Oh, don't, whatever. It's this tied to an eighth note. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Then same thing again. Might as well double that A natural then. I don't think that's gonna work down there. I think I'm gonna have to put this stabilizing chord in the like mid range of what was that? In a weird space. Maybe because of the key signature of clef. I think I'm just gonna have to raise it up. Then that means this can probably be an F or something, you know. Sure, yeah, that establishes it. I'm just not, I don't know. Normally the next thing I would try to put is a C against that to add some tension, but that's what the melody is doing. So go up a fourth and I'm already in just like lead trombone range here. Uh, that's kind of the downside, I feel. But what if I take this down to a C now that the trumpet's off of it? And then take this up to the lead trombone. What if we play, sure, F, you know, we're on C. So, well, this is when yeah, never mind. Lead trumpet's got a B flat, so I don't want to rub up against that too harshly. If I make this F augmented chord with an E flat. Augmented 7 chord. Yeah. Leave that E flat in the top. Okay. Okay. Now I know this betrays the point a little bit, but let me cut some of those other bass line playing group out. Get the brass all soloed up in here. I'm going to go ahead and do the saxes too, because I'm going to add melody lines for them eventually. I really just want to hear the harmony here. I think it's going to be pretty independent from the bass line stuff anyway. I'm not too worried about it. And well, I still have the bass guitar, so it's fine. Why mess around? Let's go ahead and throw the accent on there. I don't... Yeah, that note is... That note is not being helpful. Oh, sorry. I realized I was covering the microphone up as I said that. Yeah, that note was not being helpful. I might move all this stuff up, partial up, so I can get a really hard-hitting lead trombone note. But other than that, well, no, I don't need to do that because lead trumpet's doing it. I feel like I need one of those to not move. Yeah. I mean, it's totally the it's not super interesting, really. So, I mean, really, I guess what I was hearing, if F sounds like the sort of key that we're in now, since I've put it first for no reason, then why don't I try this as if F is the root? Just kind of reset my brain. Honestly, yeah, that sounds right to me now. So, okay, what do I do? Because that's not in a great range for a lead trumpet line. The other range was better. I can move the whole bass line up to match. Takes it out of a great range for bari sax. Might be able to drop these notes down an octave. I mean, I could do that right now, actually. Those B flats, but they would be really out of place. Might make that more in place. Bass trombone. I think actually could drop about a fifth or so, or fourth if it had to. So maybe taking this melody up a fourth would put it back where it was. Do we need that? Huh. CB, could we take it up to, could it be an A flat minor? And then, or I guess G sharp minor is really, and then, yeah, then, well, no, you know what? B flat minor was fine. It is in the same key as the rest of the tune right now. And if I did A flat G sharp minor, it would, well, lead trumpet's gonna sound fine either way. A G sharp minor would be a fresh key, you know, not used anywhere else in the tune. Here we just stayed in B flat minor. We're kind of treating it, nope, we're treating it like F minor. Ah, how ironic, because I just found out that sounds like home here, so, uh, yeah, I guess this is really in B flat, like Mixolydian, or not Mixolydian, oh my gosh, harmonic, minor, melodic minor. Nope, never mind, just forget it. Okay, um, Dorian, that's what I'm trying to think of. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot that word. The memory stuff. Okay, so I think G sharp minor would be cool. Would be nice to take this. G minor would be even like more different of a key. That might be worth it. Just slam G minor. Here we are. What if I even did the build up in B flat minor and then ooh, G minor? I wonder if I could pull that off. I am very. I want to test that. minor. And really just, I mean, it just moves everything up a step. That's enough for it to start being sparkly on lead trumpet. Uh, yeah. Yeah, this would be fun. This, okay. Yeah, that's cool. I like that a lot, and then I'm excited about the challenge going from B flat, or going from F minor, really, to G minor here. How much do I want to spoil it, you know? Sort of. Do I want to make it obvious it's gonna switch to G minor? We'll see on the next episode. But for real though, the cat needs some food. I need some food or something. So I'm gonna call it, and this much. Let's see, an hour 22. There we go. Yeah, it's over an hour anyway, so that's it gets monotonous after a while, just me talking and putting notes down. But just so we remember, let me play the first thing that happens, just so we remember the rest of the tune. Keep that in mind. Because I stayed in one section this time, which is odd. I usually try harder to bounce around. Oh, and nothing's playing because I have a lot of it muted. I just use this now instead of the mixer thing, because I could go to the mixer and do that. It takes forever to load, and I think it's the graphic little level meters, you know, trying to be fancy. Okay. No. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no. Nope. I don't know, it won't play those notes quietly, I guess. I'm still not 100% on this stuff. Melody. So, still gotta write a melody there. I did start writing one. I kind of forgot about that. So, need to write a melody there. Got a melody going on here. Got Microsoft Edge trying to enter the conversation. And then we've got our exciting shift of gears. that is, I think that will be the part of the song that anybody just walks away in their head still. You know, just that, however many bars it is really like, it's sticky. I think about that a lot. It's in my head for a while after I've played it. So, all right. Well, thank you so much for watching, and whatever else you've done to support me, you know, on here or just in general. I really appreciate it. So, and I'm glad you, hopefully, like, you're watching this because you like the stuff that you're hearing and learning and all of that. Um, so I'm glad you're getting that too. That'd be awesome if I can contribute something. So anyway, till next time, take care.